Hey everyone, I hope you are doing well. I wanted to make a video because it's something that's kind of prevalent in my life right now, and it's the idea of amends, right? Um, we kind of got to the position we're in because things were going bad, right? We were making bad decisions, and usually that means we wronged someone or a place or something. And there's an idea in recovery groups where you basically make amends for the bad things you've done. And the idea behind it is actually pretty solid, right? So if you're sitting there all worried about the shame and guilt of doing something awful, let's say you um, got in a car accident, right, and you injured someone, that shame and guilt will drive you back to using over and over again, right? I know I've had nights where like I'll be up at night, keep thinking about something awful I did, right? Like how did I spend all that money on seven? Um, and it'll keep me up, right? I'll be up. I won't put me to sleep. It won't put me to sleep. Like I won't be able to sleep over it, and it kind of haunts me, right? And then the little voice in my head will say something along the lines of, you already messed up. You can never make this right. Why not go back to? Well, you might as well feel good, and so the idea of going through the things that you've done that haunt you and addressing them is pretty useful. I think when you're sober, right? Like all that shame and guilt and secrets that just fester inside of you, they literally like bubble up into cancers and stuff. Like whether it's our addiction, like it will just destroy you from the inside. So I think it's important, for anyone who's not as part of any like 12-step or recovery groups, you could go in and work with a therapist on it, right? Hey, here's the things that I've done that are wrong, and start talking through how to make them right. And again, some things you just can't make right easily, right? So they say there's easy ones like financial ones, right? You took $10, give $10 back. Then there's also ones where you kind of got to ask, what could I possibly do to make this up to you? And sometimes they won't want anything. The apology was enough. Sometimes they might want, you to mow their lawn or something. Whatever it is, there's something you can do to make it up to them. Um, and like there's a couple core pieces they say just to make sure you don't miss anything, and it's, you know, you have to acknowledge how they feel, right? That's really important. So hey, this is the wrong thing I've done. This is how it must have made you feel, and like then a commitment to change. So like for example, if you lied to someone, hey, I'm sorry for lying to you. This must have made you feel extremely disrespected, and then hey, I promise I'll always tell the truth going forward, and I'm so I'll do whatever I can to right that wrong. So like there's a couple pieces because if you skip out, right, if you just said hey, I'm sorry for lying for you to you, that doesn't mean they're going to trust you again, right? um, Anyways, I just thought this is a topic that was worth it because I'm digging out, so to speak, and I think that's something that's kind of essential because if you don't start handling those things, the baggage we carry from our past, um, it will end up causing a problem, right? It'll cause another relapse. It'll cause whatever, and like I really do think addiction uses shame and guilt and embarrassment against you, right? It's like one of the things that just destroys a person, right? And addiction can always use that to get you back. So, anyways, that's the topic. And again, if you want to learn about this, there's things called meetings: NA for narcotics, AA for alcohol, and I would highly recommend going in there. If you want a program for addressing this stuff, right? So there's a script there, right? And exact steps you follow, and it'll tell you exactly how to do this, right? So it's getting yourself right. It kind of makes you exhibit courage and integrity, and it's a process. It's a series of steps that will make sure you don't miss anything. Um, but anyways, the amend piece. So if you don't do any of the 12 steps or anything like that, and you have that thing weighing down on you, uh, see if there might be some way you could address it and be freed. I got to look at what that is for me, but um, anyways, thank you all so much. I appreciate you. I hope you're all doing well.